At first, I want to say sorry for my English. It's not my first language, so I hope the following text makes sense. I recently saw an old friend of mine, and we reminisced our encounter with the Duffel bag man. I also just found this sub and thought this could be a good time to write it down. My friend and I used to hang out late into night and early mornings during summers when we were teenagers. We lived in this pretty quiet suburb, and you rarely saw anyone out past midnight, especially on foot. The rare occasions were usually drunks or night owls taking their dogs out. We had this spot where we always met up once we decided to hang out. It was a well-lit street that passed through the neighborhood with a small wooded area on the other side. One night at about 2 a.m. as we were at the spot, we saw a man carrying a duffel bag coming our way from the other end of the street, maybe 100 meters away. We jokingly noted that he had no dog and wasn't clearly shit-faced, and without saying a word, decided that something was off with this guy and moved to a gravel road behind the small wooded area. You could see the street perfectly from there, but couldn't see anything from the street to the woods or beyond because of the streetlights. As we were standing in silence waiting the guy to pass us, we see him nearing our hangout spot. As he gets there, he starts walking across the street opposite of us, drops his bag, and without a warning quickly turns around and starts running towards us. I ran faster than I've ever had or will with my friend close behind me. I live nearby, so naturally I headed that way, while I hear my friend shouting in terror, "He's after us!" As we approach my home, I figure that we can't just barge in there out of our breaths and wake up my parents telling that some guy just chased us without a reason. So we went to this little garage tool shed in my parents' yard and locked the door. We grabbed some old lawn chairs and sat down, hyperventilating from exhaustion and fear, while knowing we should stay quiet because the man probably saw us go this way. And soon enough, we hear someone walking towards the shed. The footsteps stop next to the shed, and then we hear nothing for minutes. Finally, about half an hour later, we gather our courage armed with assorted gardening equipment to open the door. We scout the nearby area and see no one. We laugh and joke about it, and the fools we were decided to head back to the spot. Near the spot was a fairly open, well-lit parking lot, so we stopped there, just so we can see our surroundings better. We spent another half an hour there, talking about what has just happened when I noticed one of the nearby bushes' trees looked odd, especially its stem trunk. After a while, I said half-jokingly, and looking to scare my friend, that, "Doesn't that little tree's trunk look like legs?" As I finished my sentence, I saw one of the creepiest sights I've ever witnessed. The trunk parted in half, and the man appeared from behind the bush. There was no trunk or stem to be seen at all. It was his legs. He had been stalking us the whole time. And again, we ran back to the shed. This time, we were absolutely terrified. We hear him walking around the shed, clearly trying to find us. He walked by the shed many times, sometimes stopping nearby while we try to stay as quiet as possible. He had been after us for almost 2 hours at that point. Later, I decided to peek out from the small roofline window in the shed and see the man checking out the nearby woods meticulously, which creeped the hell out of us, because we thought he would be long gone by that time. We took the opportunity and ran inside the house and spent the rest of the early morning in the kitchen, waiting for the sun to rise so my friend can gather enough courage to go home, which, by the way, was almost next to where the man dropped his bag. Little Dr. Mon stalked me and my friend for hours without no obvious reason.